Mrs. Tanushri Majumdar, the academic coordinator of classes 9 and 10, welcome you all to this first virtual interaction program. The most accepted key to a child's success is the positive involvement of parents in their child's education. Parental involvement makes a child more confident and regular in their classes, and it cultivates the desire to learn and explore their subjects. Open communication, clear understanding of school policies, and mutual respect are the keys to the successful parent-teacher interaction. I'm sure you have gone through the orientation video and the presentation shared in the class WhatsApp group, which have also been uploaded on our school website. I'm certain that you have understood the assessment pattern and the rules and regulations for online classes. Let's start the session with a prayer.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
I invite our principal ma'am, Mrs. A. Shah, to share her thoughts.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dear parents and teachers, very, very important, precious members of our Mahadevi Birla World Academy family. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And as I said, the prayer that sets the tone for today's discussion, because what we need more than ever before in the world and in our lives is Shanti, is peace and freedom from this plague that is hounding us and that has made campus life so unnatural over the last couple of years or so. However, though I use the word unnatural, it has also been a revelation in many ways, as we've all together discovered technology that has kept us connected despite the physical distances. May I request you to kindly put on your video cameras so that I may see you during this interaction. It's very difficult to talk to a screen. So if I can please see you during this interaction, it will make it easier for us to have this conversation flowing. So before I say anything, I would invite parents first to share your feedback. Your children have been with us over this last session and the beginning of this one, virtually connected. So we are having our online classes. Let me share with you that when the pandemic started early in March last year, we were in the midst of board corrections. And it really threw us out of gear because suddenly everything was called shut. The lockdown was declared. The board corrections carried on for a bit. And then again, they were put to a very early and abrupt halt. And we didn't know what to do. We had no clue about how to carry on the rest of the session because we were not aware or trained for this. Slowly, gradually, thanks to the children who are our oxygen, who keep us connected and who give us the reason to belong to this beautiful family of ours, we discovered ourselves, we discovered the way forward, and together we started navigating and making sense of this confusing world. And together with acceptance came gradual recovery. So I would urge you, parents, to tell us and share with us What has been your journey? Very few of us are here together. I had expected a larger turnout because this is a board batch, class 10. And as you are aware, this year, the board exam has been cancelled suddenly because of the pandemic that is raging relentlessly. The board has given us criteria and parameters for evaluation, always keeping the child in the center. So those of you who are having any apprehensions, let me first assure you that CBSE is a very, very child-friendly board, extremely child-friendly. And under no circumstances will the child be compromised. You are lucky that this is only class 10, because after this also, the children will hopefully return to the fold of Mahadevi Birla World Academy. And even if they go for another school, the school heads will be compassionate and considerate during the time of stream selection. So you have nothing to worry, because CBSE is always turning a benevolent eye and considering the cases of the children. So that is something which is not for you to worry just yet. Let time unfold. Let us take baby steps and let's see what the future has in store. But for the moment, I would like to hand over the baton to you for you to share stories from your side. How has it been at home? With the children at home, with you at home, navigating the online platform, any positive feedback, any positive suggestions, because I really believe that in this time, the only thing that will help us keep ourselves motivated and energized is positivity. A little bit of appreciation, a little bit of encouragement goes a long way, because, dear parents, it has not been easy for us as well. So many of our teachers are unwell. So many of our teachers have lost members of their own family. So many students are grappling with the tragedy and have had losses, bereavements in the family front. So it's not easy, but I think if we are together, if we are connected, if we keep this dialogue open, then I'm sure we'll be fine. So may I invite parents now to please share with us, talk to us, converse with us, give us ideas, give us suggestions, and also give us feedback. So if you could kindly raise your hands, and Tanushree ma'am, Ms. Majumdar, she's with us, our coordinator who's been supporting us right through, and she can help me navigate this by identifying parents who wish to speak, and then the floor is open. Would like to open by opening a conversation. As I said, a feedback, a voice of encouragement, appreciation, a suggestion, anything is welcome. Parents, anybody? Tanushree, anybody? Any questions? Any doubts? Any queries? Any questions?
My name is Sushant Sengupta. I'm father of
Anything
Sukanya.
good that you want to share?
Yeah, the
Yes.
good thing is that I should appreciate the initiative that has been taken from Mahadevi Birla World Academy on this perspective of this digital this transformation entirely from physical to digital classes in this prevailing COVID situations. Actually, this is really appreciating that you have been tiring hard actually during this last 1 year to give your full effort from all teaching faculty's perspective as well as from the other non-teaching faculty perspective. This has been made possible by the joint effort of all the people, all the staffs, all the academic persons who has been given their joint effort to make this possible, to make this media as an entirely digital media, which was not possible earlier, also not thinkable. Nobody could think that the entire world will be in the digital era and classes will be on digital platform. So that has been made possible. Mahadevi Birla is one of the, I think, has taken one of the key roles in that perspective to give this effort and make this platform possible to provide these values to the students and to the entire, I think, student community, that I should say. So that is a positive thing. So from the perspective of some feedback that, as madam you were asking, so one thing that is coming into my mind is that since the classes that starts from 9 a.m. Most likely in most of the days, and it goes to 9 to 9:40, then the second class starts at 10:30 most likely, 10:30 to say 11:10, something like that. So there is some gap in between, like 40 minutes gap in between. each of the classes. So that extends the class duration to up to 2:40 p.m. So the one of the suggestion that I can give, if the lead time or the gap in between two sessions or two classes, if that can be reduced little bit, like 10 to 15 minutes gap, that way we can make the total class duration a little bit less. So we can complete by say 1 or 1:30 p.m. so that the students will be free by that time from their classes, and they can give more time on their homework or their home front on the study and other co-curricular activities and things like that. So in that way, that would help them to bring out more time, free time, I should say, and that they can utilize in their homework or other co-curriculars actually. So that is one of the suggestions that that's coming into my mind as of now. I'm not sure whether all will agree or not. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you for that welcome and valuable suggestion. And I would just like to clarify that you see, this session also began with a lot of uncertainty because we were very hopeful that our children will return. Judging from the way the situation was evolving, even the board exams had been planned, and we thought gradually but steadily by June, July we'll have our children back on campus. And last year when we started taking online classes, many students, especially senior students, really spoke to us because they do speak to us candidly when we are taking class with them. It's also a mother-daughter relationship, the teacher and a student. Many of them said that they feel very fatigued, even in between, because if they have one class after the other, they need to refresh themselves a little bit. Do you realize they are now adults? But when children come to school or when young people come to school, there is a little bit of time for mischief also. So that allowance is also there, where they are a little naughty, where they eat their tiffin, where they go to the library or they come to the playground. There's a little bit of a release. Now, unfortunately, the release is no longer there because they are only cooped up at home and they're only gazing at the screen. That real-time comfort level with friends and other pastimes has gone completely. So yes, we will reduce the interval, but we have to keep a gap because teachers are also crossing over from one class to the other. We have the same teachers doubling up for middle school as well as senior school. So looking at the timetable, now we will try to balance the timetable in the month of the summer holidays so that in June, from June onward, the gap is reduced. So maybe we give a uniform gap of 15 to 20 minutes in between classes. Also, I wanted to share with you that the plan is as such that PT, KK, all these will just be clubbed as one period once a month or maybe twice a month, and we will call it HP. We cannot do away with PT or KK because as per CBSE, health and physical education is an absolute mandate. We have to do it. When we were having classes physically, we had to do it every day, but now we can do it according to our comfort. So we will reduce those classes. We will increase academic classes to 5 classes per day. So academic classes will now be 5 academic classes per day. Clubs, as you know, are twice a month. Conversation, which is for motivational, inspirational talks by teachers and students, are twice a week. And HPE, which is physical fitness, yoga, Krida Kunj, indoor games, will just be once or twice a month, depending on how we can balance it. Library is once a month. Life skills is once a month. And 5 periods of academic classes you will have every day. So we will stretch it out so that the children are occupied till maybe 2 o'clock or 2:30 because that is the school duration. And our teachers also have to be occupied because otherwise this free time is not spent very profitably by all. You see, I have to look at all because all my children are not the same. So some have very good guidance at home. Parents are there, guidance is there. They have parents, but others may not be in the same boat. So they need our help and they need to log into classes, to activities to keep themselves motivated, focused, and mental health and emotional issues also have to be dealt with because this has become too long. None of us are enjoying it anymore because we also miss our physical classes on campus. You see, today we had Robindra Jayanti and it was a beautiful program. I'm sure many of you have seen it. It was streamed on YouTube Live just a little while ago. And I'm sure many of you enjoyed watching the program. But at the same time, when we used to have the program live in the auditorium, it was a lot of fun for us teachers also. It was a release for us. We would also dress up in a certain manner, enjoy meeting our colleagues. So that release is something that we are all missing. And therefore, we will try our best to balance the classes, to reduce the gaps. But children need a little bit of time in between to refresh themselves. Otherwise, they and we also are very, very fatigued with this online carrying on. It was all right for a little while. And we thought every month that it'll be okay. Very soon we'll resolve and we'll come back to campus. But I don't see the end in sight anymore, which is what is so disconcerting. So please have patience, bear with us, and we will definitely look into reducing the gaps and also adding on an academic period that uniformly they have 5 academic periods, Monday to Friday. And Saturdays, of course, are free for them to rest and rejuvenate. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, madam. Thanks a lot for your feedback actually on this. I really appreciate it. So I had one more point on the perspective of the fee structure actually. Since currently the students are not availing these buses and all for commute and those things. So can I request you to think upon on that part, and because the running cost is nowadays not
Yes,
means incurring. So if that can be waived off.
already,
Ma'am, even I wanted to speak something. Sorry to interrupt, but
no, I have to please allow me to have my say. Firstly, this forum, as I have said earlier, is for academics, extracurriculars, and vision for the session. This is not a forum for fees because it is not within my jurisdiction to comment about fees. Your requests have come to us, countless mails have come to us, and also the Supreme Court mandate we are waiting for, the new mandate. Management is very aware, and steps will be taken in the right direction as and when the time is right. Till then, whatever emails have come have been forwarded to the management. Management response has also been put up on the website for you to be alert. More than this, I will not be able to discuss at the moment. So this
ma'am, actually we have heard that some schools are like they have started their fees this academic, like the new academic session. They have asked the fees for the first time in the June month. So is it like from the court, it is different for different schools, ma'am?
Yes, it is different from different schools because the school management.
There is no, I think I am saying there is no concession in anywhere. Like even our ECA and Krida Kunj fees are also being charged. And we should also get concession because obviously schools maintenance has gone low. So it should be taken in mind that hum log ko bhi, like we should also be concessed, no?
And make a representation to the management. As I said, kindly make your representation to the management. This is not the right forum where teachers.
Ma'am, where should we talk? Can you please give us a email ID or something that we can put that?
Visit the website, and the school email ID is very clearly
mentioned. We got a message. No, ma'am, we got a message that no mails will be responded. So what shall we do in that
exactly
case?
So right now this is how it stands, because we also are in a very precarious position. So if I start this dialogue about fees and we are on a social media forum where I'm not going to comment,
we are not getting any forum or the platform where we can speak about this thing actually.
Ma'am,
so in that case, ma'am, we have to speak it here only. You are the only source where we can put our things.
I've heard.
Sorry to say, ma'am, but we are also helpless.
The same thing over and over again will not improve the situation. So saying the same thing over and over again will not improve the situation because we are also helpless. We teachers are also helpless because we are battling on without any revision in our fees structure.
That I can understand, but
Mrs. Poddar, I am not.
In that case, where we shall.
I am sorry, I am not going to comment on this because we are on a public forum and this is not the right place time for us to engage about this. So you have to have patience.
Ma'am, please, this already that parent spoke about the class intervals. Today only there was an interval of more than 2 hours. More than 2 hours, ma'am.
I think
children are involved. They cannot leave their school thing also, and they are sitting with it. So, ma'am, they cannot do their other activities, which they have to revise also. They are in class 10 now. We cannot sit. So, ma'am, please make it sure that they finished the school timings within the proper timings which were held before, ma'am. This is the great help we
What are
will
the
get if
proper timings, ma'am? What are the
Sorry,
proper
ma'am?
timings? What are the proper
It is
timings
till
that you're
2:40,
talking about?
till 2:40, ma'am.
Ms. Majumdar, can you please clarify
It ends
what
at
happened?
2:40. Ma'am, today there was an interval for more than 2 hours. Today only I saw. And every day they get a great
Mrs.
interval.
Poddar, I have heard you. I just told you, repeating the same thing. This is not a debate between you and me. I've said I've heard you, and we'll have to explore to find out what went wrong. So I have
Yes,
to go
ma'am, I
back to my.
told you already. I am sorry to say, but still I had to put my problems. We are here to talk to each other. If we are not allowed to talk, I can keep quiet, ma'am. I don't mind keeping quiet also. I can only
I
hear to
clearly
you,
told
ma'am.
you that
Sorry.
We have noted your point and
I
we'll
have
look
clearly
into
told
it.
you, Ms. Mazumdar, 1 minute. I have just told you, Mrs. Poddar, that you've told me that today in class 10, something went wrong and there was a gap of 2 hours or more than 2 hours. So I've heard you. Your complaint has already reached my ears. And all I've said is that I will get back to you. But for that, I have to get back to my team and get back to you. And this is something that I'm saying in an open forum with everybody here, that from June onwards, the gaps between the periods will have to be reduced. Teachers, please make a note. Timetable committee will have to be informed, and 5 academic periods will have to be integrated from Monday to
Okay,
Friday.
ma'am. That's fine, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this suggestion. And we will look into it and get back. Of course, we will. Of course, we will. Anybody else with anything? Anybody else with any comment, feedback, suggestion, anything?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Mrs. Sur. How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm getting on well, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm also coping. As you can see, the pressures, the stressors are immense, but I'm trying my best. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And good afternoon to you, ma'am, and of the teachers, all the respected teachers, and all the other participants here. First of all, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for the immense cooperation which you have been lending us throughout last year, and of course, our respected and beloved teachers who, in spite of not being not like having the chance to get acquainted with the students because they have just come up from their middle section to the senior section and they couldn't interact physically as in the normal offline or the physical sessions, they do get an opportunity to bond and create a good relationship between the teachers and the students. But since 2020, our children came up to the higher section, senior section, but due to this pandemic, everything got affected and the children couldn't actually physically bond with the teachers. But in spite of that, the amount of cooperation, the amount of guidance, and everything, right from you, ma'am, to all other teachers, all the teachers the children are getting. Thanks a lot for that. In spite of this totally online session, I have personally spoken to a number of teachers in my daughter section, and they have been so helpful and so guiding, especially in this board year where our children are going to face the board, but still situation is not fine, it's not okay, it's not normal. And we till now we are not even like that much certain like when the children can actually go back to the school. So even in this uncertain situation, teachers are coping up and trying their best to guide our children. So warm thanks to all the teachers for that, ma'am. And now the time for my suggestion, ma'am. Firstly, all of us this year, because the children are going to sit for their boards in 2022, all of us are very much actually concerned about their academics, about their academic performance. But ma'am, a little thinking about their mental health, I think, is very much necessary in this situation. And if possible, because I know because my daughter has been in the school since she started going to a proper school after her kindergarten schools. Like she actually started with Mahadevi Birla, ma'am. And she has been a part of almost all the co-curricular activities and everything. And I know how much Mahadevi Birla World Academy is actually concerned about the holistic development of all their students. So, ma'am, if a yoga class or some kind of exercise, which is good, say, for example, a meditation or something kind of a class or something can be conducted for the students, which will help them to be psychologically strong enough and keep their motivation alive uh, as well. Like it's good for their mental health. So if ma'am, any kind of this thing could be featured even in such a busy academic schedule, if at all it is possible.
I
And
agree.
my
I agree completely. Okay, let me hear you out. Please put in your second suggestion.
yes, ma'am. And second thing, ma'am, like last year there was a reduction in syllabus because of the online structure. So this year also, can we expect, or is there any intimation from the board regarding such reduction?
So
Thank
let me
you, ma'am.
answer both your questions, ma'am. Thank you first for your encouragement and for your faith and trust in us. All our children are very dear to us, but like I said, we too are now feeling the fatigue because I don't know where this will end, when this will end. I don't even know whether I will wake up tomorrow morning or not. So that's how uncertain it is. I really don't know whether when I go to bed tonight, whether I'll wake up tomorrow morning or not. I don't know. So that's the kind of situation that we are all dealing with. Having said that, we have to keep ourselves motivated and positive, and the same goes for our children.
We have to be positive at this very pandemic situation, ma'am.
So let me just continue. This is what I'm saying, that you are apprehensive about the boards. I don't even know whether I'll wake up tomorrow morning. So I'm grateful for every little blessing that comes my way. The first thing is gratitude, and this is something we are trying very hard to inculcate in our children. Every day, teachers are telling the children, we are talking about it, we're sharing stories of motivation. And in June, we've already started speaking to our children in the conversation classes with an extra pitch towards keeping them motivated. Yes, we will include yoga in the life skills classes also. Please make a note. We have our life skills plan. And what we are thinking of doing is that we have already formed a core group of senior students, my class 12 students, who will now act as the peer support group. And they will connect with the children of classes 9 and 10 because it's the best when senior girls connect with the junior girls, because peer mentoring is the best thing possible. So we are already making a help and support team, and we are calling it Club Ikegai. And this is for the senior girls to mentor the junior girls with us behind the scenes as their support. So we will be counseling them, guiding them at every step, but twice a week or twice a month, depending on the need of your children, the senior students will log in and they will do a variety of exercises, Zumba, meditation, yoga, as well as just freewheeling conversation where the children can just express, vent their feelings. Because not always can they vent with the parent or with the teacher. Sometimes they like to vent with their peers. So it's okay. So that's something we are planning in June. As far as the board exams are concerned, right now we are dealing with the 2021 board exam cancellation and the calculation of marks, which has just been shared. And that process will be completed only by July. So we have no clarity. And we were also expecting, board was expecting that students will come back on campus, and which is why the syllabus that has been uploaded by them is the total syllabus. So class 10 and class 12, I cannot revise the syllabus unless the board tells me. So we have to wait. And please keep visiting. This is something that I tell all parents. And please ask your children, they're old enough, to visit the CBSE website regularly, at least once a week. We visit it every day, every alternate day. So www.cbsc.nic.in. That's the website that you must visit regularly, and you will see all the updates there. So you will see everything. If there is a syllabus reduction, if there is an addition, if there's a deletion, everything is reflected there. Sample question papers are put there. So if you visit, you will see that this year, the focus is as per our vision, learning by doing, which is why the whole question paper pattern has changed. It is all about building skill sets, building competencies. So when you see in your holiday homework or when you see in your worksheet that teachers are giving MCQs, teachers are giving objective questions, it is not to make their mark easier. not to make their marking or their work easier. It is because that is the board mandate. Because children have to now learn to think for themselves. And that is what we are trying very hard for. Again, I'm saying parents, don't stress for the board exams. This time also, we've seen that the board has been extremely compassionate. And what has been taken into account are the online assessments. So they've not asked us to conduct another fresh lot of assessments because all our assessments have been online. So you have to be very, very serious and vigilant about the assessments. I had really wanted the exams on campus, but I can't do it unless the time is safe. You will not send your children, and I will not want my teachers to come. So until that happens, please treat the online classes and the online assessments extremely seriously. Cameras have to be on. Regularity is a must. No copying is a mandate. Honesty is a mantra. And there we need your help. So they cannot miss their classes because these are the classes that will be counted. This is exactly what has happened. So all the children who are bunking their class or missing their class or they have not taken an assessment are in a very terrible spot now because I have to take their assessment again. And that is never the same because now they are almost ready for class 11. Now for us also to take a retest becomes very difficult. So please treat the online classes with seriousness because it is at least better than having no class. So we are trying. Treat the classes seriously and with sincerity and let the children take the assessments seriously as well. That's my advice for now. More than that, I really have no answer because each day is a new day and we'll have to take small steps and see where we are heading. Only assurance is that the board is looking at the children extremely kindly. Extremely kindly. So there is no reason for the children to feel marginalized, afraid, or compromised. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for now.
Any other query or suggestion or feedback? Anything else? Otherwise, because our number is very small, and I think most parents have, the ones who wanted to speak have spoken. I would like to share with you, and this is in tandem with what Mrs. Soor has wished for. Our senior students, our COVID task force, has prepared this beautiful presentation using infographics. So we are now using blended tools, and this is what the children, my senior girls, have prepared for you parents to keep ourselves safe and what to do to keep mental health in focus during these times. And these are things that we will start doing from June. So if we can have the infographic made for our dear parents by our senior students.
So let's have a look to the infographic which has been made by the COVID task force of Mahadevi Birla World Academy. Our students have been spreading awareness about safe practices by which we can ensure individual safety at this time. I'm sure you'll admire their work. Hope keeps us alive. Be positive always. Let's listen to this song.
Ms. Mazumdar, just give me a couple of words.
Yes.
So what we just witnessed, felt, experienced was a coming together today. A coming together to build bridges and to light the lamps together. So we are all going through hard times. But amidst the people who we are saluting for their courage are also teachers and students. students who are also battling this pandemic with the online classes, and teachers who are trying their best to discover the way forward with no prior training before this. But we are trying our best, is all that I can tell you. Your suggestions, your feedback is always welcome, and we will act upon it. I know that fees is a tricky, sensitive issue, but I'm going to say this today with Mr. Ruya here with us, and I'm sure he's listening, that Mahadevi Birla World Academy has always been compassionate while dealing with the fees issue. We have not till date expelled or removed any student from our classes, barring for a week because we did not know how to realize the pending dues since last session. There are so many who've not even paid the pending dues for last session, which is something that causes us a lot of concern as well because we are a large family. And I use the word family. And every member of this family is special and is deserving of protection. So it's not about what classes are being held or what classes are not being held. Because today, if I do away with a certain section of teachers, where will I get them back again from? So they all deserve this support, and together you and I will have to rally ourselves together. There is time that is being given. Genuine cases are being listened to and considered by the office, and we will continue on this path of compassion together. So let's not lose hope. Let's not lose focus. Let's not lose purpose and alignment. Let's stay positive. And the way forward is not going to be an easy one, but definitely it's going to be more joyful if our vision and our focus is aligned. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and for keeping us connected and motivated. Ms. Majumdar, for your vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. So with this, we come to the end of our session. I take this opportunity to thank our mentor, Mrs. Jayashree Mohta, for her constant support. Our principal, Mrs. Anjana Shah, for her guidance and encouragement. This session wouldn't have been possible without her counsel and guidance. Parents, I thank you all on behalf of Mahadevi Birla World Academy for taking out time from your busy schedule to participate in this session. I thank Mr. Vikram Ruya, Mr. Shobhit Sen, and all teachers present here and the tech team working behind the scene. Before leaving, please fill up the attendance link come feedback form given in the chat box. The link is there in the chat box. Please fill it up. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Have a nice day. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.